More countries are opening up as airlines hope to boost air travel, and one local carrier is leading the way forward with a pilot of green flights. Joining us now on The Final Word is Cebu Pacific Chief Strategy Officer Alex Reyes. Alex, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Why is Ebupac using green fuel to power its brand new Airbus A330neo?
Hi, Rico. Good evening. Yeah, we're pioneering this effort because we really want to, overall start decarbonizing our total operations. No? So sustainable aviation fuel helps us get there. It's a step in the right direction to actually reduce our total carbon emissions.
And is green fuel the same as sustainable aviation fuel, or is it a blended mixture of sustainable aviation fuel and conventional fuel?
Yeah, so when we refer to green fuel, it is exactly that, what we call sustainable aviation fuel, SAF. The current regulations allow carriers to blend up to 50% SAF together with 50% regular jet kerosene or regular jet fuel. No? Eventually, the industry will get to a point where we can actually put in 100% SAF or sustainable aviation fuel into to power the aircraft. No? But currently, the regulation is it's up to 50% maximum blend.
So will you be using SAF for your other aircraft apart from the A330neo?
Yeah, what we're looking to do is for all of our other deliveries as well for the year, for the 330 deliveries, we will continue to power it with a blend of SAF. It's a tiny step in the right direction, but we think it helps position us. It also sends a signal to the industry to actually try and supply the airlines with a lot more SAF. So one of the issues that we face as a carrier is there's very little supply today of SAF, of green fuel. No? So we do want to encourage the industry to invest a lot more, to actually produce a lot more SAF because the airlines really need this in massive quantities, millions of barrels per day, in the coming decade.
So you say little supply. So where will your supply be coming from to power up your new aircrafts?
Yeah, so the producers right now, they're few and far between. A lot of the production today is either Europe or US. No? Here in the Philippines, there's no certified SAF producer yet. It should change in the coming years. We're seeing also proposals from other refineries to actually start producing this in quantity. But today, as we speak, it's not yet available locally. No?
Okay, not available locally, so is it more expensive then, Alex, than the conventional aviation fuel? And by how much more?
Yeah, so today, because the production is not yet at scale, there's very little supply. So there's a little bit of a cost premium involved for SAF. But again, it's early days for the industry. It's probably going to cost maybe 30–40% more compared to regular jet fuel. No? But again, it's a reflection of the economies today. There's very little supply of it, so there's a scarcity factor. But we clearly expect that the industry will actually start producing this in greater quantities, so that eventually the price actually comes down and maybe even be lower than regular fossil fuel.
So when it is produced in greater quantity, Alex, in the medium to long term, what are the cost savings of green fuel for your airline operations?
Well, the big significant thing is it takes carbon out of the atmosphere. No? So actually, the airlines end up not producing as much carbon and not emitting as much carbon as if they actually use dinosaur-based fuels. No? So that's the big benefit that we help move the entire industry towards a more sustainable future. So there's actually less net emissions into the atmosphere when you use SAF. The commitment of the airline industry is that by 2050, global airlines will achieve what's called net zero. No? So we're not emitting any new emissions into the atmosphere.
All right. Ebupac is a trailblazer in this space. How much has the company invested in appropriate technologies for its fuel saving and emission reduction strategies?
Well, the main thing that we're doing as well in terms of our investments is continuing to invest in this new technology. So the aircraft that also arrived today, the A330neo, is the brand new aircraft. No? It actually burns less fuel, up to about 20% compared to the previous generation aircraft. And these aircraft are quite expensive, but we've actually continued to invest in the new technology, in the new engines that actually result in less fuel burn, therefore less carbon emissions as well on any given flight.
Cebu Pacific Chief Strategy Officer Alex Reyes, thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word.